So hi all, how are you? So basically we will fit a trend line today in Python. How to fit a trend line? We will be using the student data set, roll number, marks, internet usage and attendance. We will be viewing that how attendance and marks are related, not only by scatter plot, by fitting a trend line. Okay, either there is a negative trend or there is a positive trend with between marks and attendance. So if you haven't joined our group yet, please do go to the description box and check our WhatsApp group. So basically we do not have to upload the data because already my dataset is being uploaded in the Python. I will open a new Python script. So what I basically do, I first import pandas as pd, the most important library in Python. So I just import pandas as pd. I'll be importing numpy library as np, and I will be also importing the matplotlib.pyplot library, which is used for diagrams and scatter plots and many more. So you'll be importing matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Okay, after running this command, we will be just getting our data set. Okay, we will just go and read our data set. We will be just giving the name of our data set as df as the name. So pd.read excel, then I have to give the name of my data set, that is, it is nothing but it is c, and since it is an excel file, the extension should be excelSX. Fine. So then what I will do, I will be just doing a polyplot. I will be just doing a polyfit. I will use the polyfit function, and the polyfit function is in the numpy library. That is why I have imported the numpy. Okay, so basically I am doing on the attendance and marks. I will be fitting a trend line on the basis of attendance and marks. I will be viewing the relationship between attendance and marks by the trend line. So what I do, I run the command. It is showing me some error, so I haven't given the degree. I haven't given the degree of the fit, so I have to give a 1. So I have, after writing 1, if I run the command again, it will run. Okay, fine. So we have made a wrong thing. If you are making any types of error, Python will just show you what type of error you are creating, and you can just redo the command. You do not have to do the whole command again. You just redo the command, check the command, and you can get the right command again. Okay, fine. So now what we will do, we will just go for a scatter. First we will go for a scatter, plt.scatter between attendance and marks. What is the scatter showing? Sometimes not on the scatter shows you a relationship, a positive relation or a negative relation. First we will go for a scatter, but from this scatter it is impossible to understand that how they are being related. So we have to fit a trend line. From this scatter, it is impossible for us to view or to suggest or to imply that how attendance and marks are being related. So we have to fit a trend line. So we will be going for further analysis and we'll be fitting a trend line again. So what we do, we just write plt. We will be using the matplotlib.pyplot library. So we write plt.plot, and between whom and whom, between attendance and marks, we will be using the matplot library for these cases. Okay, so we have given attendance, and then we will be using for attendance and marks. Okay, we just give the marks again, and then we run this command. You can just run the command and get this type of trend line. It is showing clearly a negative trend. It is showing clearly a negative trend. But if you want the scatter and the trend line together, if you want the scatter and the trend line together, what you can do, you can just basically copy the whole command and write it in a single script. You can copy the whole command and write it in a single script. That will allow you to show that how both the scatter and both the trend line in a single image. So what I do, I am just basically copying the command. I am just copying the command and I am writing in a single script, not in a different scripts, but in a single script. I am just copy and pasting the command. Okay, just copy and paste the whole command and just write it in a single script. After that, I have already copied all the command. The last command is left. I have copied it and I am just pasting, and I am just writing plt.show. I am just writing plt.show, and I will run this command. If I run this command, you can see the scatter as well as the trend line appears. Sometimes it is impossible for us, just viewing the scatter, it is impossible us to imply what kind of relation exists. So we do a trend line, we fit a trend line. So if you want both scatter and trend line together, you can just write it in a single script and just copy the command and paste it in a single script. You will get